you're ready to achieve your best. Work harder and work smarter. Master these essential iPad Pro tips so you can be more productive. The iPad Pro can help you so much with your daily workflow, but there are some essential features and functions that can really improve your efficiency. Watch to find out how. The iPad Pro 12.9 inch has a beautiful large display. However, the on-screen keyboard is proportionately large too, so when you're typing, it can make stretching your thumbs to the middle of the screen uncomfortable and tiring. You can switch it to a smaller floating keyboard. First, open an app which uses a keyboard, such as Word or Notes. Place your finger and thumb on the keyboard and pinch them together to switch to the floating keyboard. To change the position of the keyboard, tap and hold a finger on the grey line and drag it to the position you want. This smaller size is great because it makes typing easier and quicker, and it doesn't obscure a big part of the screen like the standard keyboard does. You can also use Quick Path, which enables you to swipe your finger from one letter to another instead of having to type individual letters, making typing even quicker. To return your keyboard to full size, place your finger and thumb on the keyboard and pinch apart. Something that's not good for people who also use an iPhone is the position of the microphone key. On the iPad floating keyboard, it's on the left, whilst on the iPhone, it's on the right. For me, muscle memory makes it counterintuitive to use. You can have so much content on your iPad that you have to flick through multiple home screens and apps to look for something, which can become a chore. Fortunately, Search is an amazing tool for instantly finding content on your iPad or on the internet. To use Search, swipe down from the middle of the screen to show the search field. Tap Search, then type in what you are looking for. You will see a list of matches as you type. This can include searching your list of apps, your email or text messages, or internet websites. Tap the result you want to launch. You can scroll down to the list of search results, where you can choose to search specifically on the web, the App Store, Maps, or with Siri. If there is some types of content you don't want to include in the search, you can choose to exclude it. Go to Settings, Siri and Search, scroll down to the list of apps, and let's say I don't want my emails to be included in search results. I will scroll to Mail, tap it, then set the Show in Search switch to Off. Now we can see with this new search, emails are no longer there. Whilst using your iPad, if there's an image on screen or some information you want to store for posterity, you can take a picture of it. To do this on an iPad Pro, press the volume up and top button at the same time, then release. A screenshot will appear in the bottom left of the screen. If you leave it, it will be saved to the album in your Photos app. Alternatively, you can tap the screenshot, which gives you access to various markup tools for writing on it. You can also use the square box to crop it. When you finish editing, press Done, which is in the top left corner. You can then save it to Photos or Files. Should you no longer want it, you can delete it. Siri is a digital assistant that you instruct using your voice to complete various tasks without you having to touch the iPad. This can often be quicker than when done manually. There's so much to know about Siri that I could make a whole video, but for now let me introduce you to the basics. To activate Siri with your voice, say, "Hey Siri," then ask a question or give a command. Or you can say, "Hey Siri," wait for it to respond, then ask your question. You can ask Siri for the time or the weather. You can ask Siri to make a call. "Hey Siri, ring Mum using FaceTime." Or you can ask Siri to play a track from Spotify. Play Stormzy using Spotify. Or you can ask a question which Siri will search the internet to find you an answer. "Hey Siri, what is the best-selling PlayStation?" Your iPad is always listening for the command phrase, "Hey Siri." To stop this, go to Settings, Siri and Search, and set the Listen for Hey Siri switch to Off. Picture in Picture allows you to shrink a FaceTime video call or a video from a compatible app to a small window that you can view whilst using other apps. This can be really useful if you need to chat whilst checking a document or typing notes whilst watching a video. Bear in mind that not all apps are compatible with this feature. YouTube currently isn't. However, Netflix and Amazon Prime are compatible. So let's see it in action. This is Amazon Prime. Make sure you have a video playing. It currently doesn't work if the video is paused. On an iPad Pro, return to the home screen by swiping up from the bottom of the display. The video will now shrink to a corner of the screen. You can make it larger by pinching a part on it. To move it to a different part of the screen, tap on it, then drag it to where you want. To show or hide the video controls, tap the video window. To return to full screen video, press the Exit Picture-in-Picture button. Whilst typing, have you ever accidentally deleted a word or paragraph and don't know how to get it back? Whilst working on the full-size keyboard, if you press the 1, 2, 3 key, you will see the undo key. Tap it, and your last text action is undone. Great for recovering your important work. The floating keyboard doesn't have an undo key, so there is a gesture you can use instead. Use 3 fingers to swipe left, and it will undo it immediately. There is a redo button on the full-size keyboard. Press the 1, 2, 3 key, you will see redo. Press it to reinstate your last action that you undone. Again, the floating keyboard doesn't have a redo key, so there is a gesture you can use. Use 3 fingers to swipe right to redo your last action. Your iPad, like many electronic devices with screens, emits blue light which adds to the color accuracy. However, some scientific research has found that close to bedtime it can disrupt sleep. So night shift mode adjusts the colors on screen, reducing the amount of blue light that comes out. It makes the screen look warmer and also makes your eyes feel less tired. By default, night shift is set to turn on at sunset and turn off at sunrise. Your iPad works out the exact time by using your location and the time and date. To adjust the night shift settings, go to Settings, Display and Brightness. If you don't want to use night shift, you set the scheduled switch to Off. You can also change the times that it will turn on and off. And you can reduce the amount of blue light even more by pushing the control to more warm, or to lessen the effect, push it left to less warm. When reorganizing your home screen, it can be useful to move multiple apps at the same time. This can be especially helpful when moving apps between multiple home screens. To do this, tap and hold an app until all the apps start to jiggle. Whilst holding down on it, drag it slightly away from its starting position. Then keep your finger on it, and with another finger tap any apps you also want to move. They will then jump under your first finger into a stack of apps. You can then drag the stack to the new location you want and let go. The apps will then jump out into their new positions. Easy once you get the hang of it. To use caps lock, double tap the shift key. To type a capital letter is easy. You just type a letter or even a whole word and it will all be capitals. The Control Center panel provides a shortcut to frequently used settings such as brightness and volume. This saves you the trouble of searching for them individually in the Settings app. To display Control Center, swipe down from the top right of the iPad screen. This works on the home screen and in apps. You can easily add and remove different features to Control Center. So let's add screen recording. Launch Settings, select Control Center, then Customize Controls. Press the plus button next to screen recording. It will now appear in Control Center. If you want to remove an item, select the minus button next to it. You can record a video of your iPad screen being used. This may be because you want to demonstrate how to use an app, like I'm doing here, or because you want to capture a cool event in a video game, or perhaps to record a clip of a video. To start recording, first open Control Center by swiping down from the top right corner of the iPad screen. Then hit the record button and there will be a 3-second timer before it starts recording. When it is recording, a screen recording symbol can be seen on the status bar on the top right of the screen here. You can tap it to stop recording, or you can stop recording via the Control Center. Screen recording only records the audio produced by the iPad. You can choose for it to record the audio from the microphone. This may be if you want to record a commentary on what is being seen. To do this, open Control Center, tap and hold on the screen recording app. A pop-up box will appear. Turn the microphone button to on. Well done! You've now learned some essential iPad tips that will make your experience even better. Let me know that you found these videos useful by hitting the like button and subscribe to see more.